Hey guys, Kate here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use Photoshop. This tutorial is perfect for beginners, even if you have never used Photoshop before. With Adobe, you must always make sure that you're using the latest version, as it will make sure that there's no bugs or any issues. Today we are going to be making a Facebook or Instagram post. So firstly, you're going to click on New File. Here you can customize a document. Adobe also has preset settings that you can choose from, so you can also click on those. I am actually just going to be making an Instagram post. To do that, I'm going to be using the dimensions 80 by 1080. Your resolution is basically your quality screen. We don't need to make it more than 72, as what happens is when you upload your files to Instagram or to Facebook, it automatically compresses them, so you can just leave it as 72. For color mode, we're going to keep it as RGB. If you were to do print mode, you would need to change it to CMYK. However, because we're keeping it for screen, just keep it that. Now you're going to say create. As you can see, we have our perfect square for an Instagram or Facebook post. First is we're just going to save the file. As you can see, it already just has a untitled. So let's go and click save. I'm going to just call it Insta Post. Now you can either choose to save to the cloud, which is the automatic setting, or you can save to your computer. As I don't have a lot of space on my computer, I'm going to click just save to the cloud. Because it saves to the cloud, I can access this on any device, and anybody that has access to your shared cloud will also be able to use it. So let's get started. We are going to import an image. So what you're going to do is you are going to go to where you have downloaded your image. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be using this image here. I'm going to right click and say open with Photoshop. You can also click and drag the image in. However, I do not suggest it, as quite often you will lose the quality. Now that I have the image here, I can do a couple of things. I can crop it, or I can change the artboard that I'm working on. As you can see, this is a lot bigger of a picture. However, the simplest is just to hold the image and drag it over to my artboard and release. Now you can see, because my artboard here is a lot smaller, it's only showing a small selection of the picture. So what we're going to do is you're just going to pinch on your keyboard and zoom out. If you're using Windows, you can hold the Alt and zoom out on your mouse. Otherwise, Mac, just pinch out. And we're going to resize the image. If you resize like this, it will perfectly resize it without distorting the image. If you want to distort the image, make it a little bit wider, you can hold the Shift key and pull across. However, I don't recommend doing that. So in order to fit my artboard, we are going to lose out a little bit of this image. Try and make it fit the best way possible. Once you're done, make sure to click the tick. Here is our image for Instagram. Important feature of Photoshop is the tools. Now this can be quite overwhelming, particularly if you are a beginner. Don't worry guys, they're quite easy to learn. There are tons of tutorials on the internet as well that you can choose from. But if you just go to your tools and you hover, Photoshop will show you what the tools are used for. And you can always click learn more and it will open up tutorials. The great thing about this is when you select the tutorials, a lot of them are guided tutorials, so they open up the Photoshop files for you and you can follow along and do it with the guide of Photoshop. So just to show you some basic tools as you are getting started, this first tool here is your move tool. So as you've seen, we've been able to move the photo, move things around. If ever you have done something and you want to undo it, you can just hold Command and Z. And it will undo the action. Text tools, so I'm going to show you in a minute how to create some text. You are also probably going to use the color dropper tool a lot, which just selects the exact color that you are looking for. Another good tool is healing brush or clone tool. So these are all the tools that you can use. You have a shape tool as well. If you are looking to extend, as there's multiple tools within the toolbar here, you just need to right click. And that will give you additional shapes or tools within that. So I'm going to show you another example. Go to our selection tool. You can right click and choose any of the other tools within that. All right, so now that we have our photo, I'm going to show you how to add some text. If you were making top 10 hiking spots, just remember to tick the tick box. You can select your text box and then enlarge your text. Now, Photoshop works in layers. It is quite confusing at first, but just picture it like layers of a cake. cake. When you see the cake, that's the finished product. So that is what your file at the end is going to look like. You only see the icing and the decorations. You don't see the various cake layers underneath or the iced layers in between the cake levels. So just try and picture Photoshop like that. So if I take my layer and I swap them out, which you can do by dragging, you're not going to see it anymore. It's only the top layers that you will be able to see. If I were to save this photo now, that is all you will see. So just make sure if you need something to be showing, you want that to be your very top layer. Very easy, just hold on the side and just drag where you need it to be. You will get used to layers. Now for our text, if you click the drop down box here, you can see a whole different bunch of fonts. You're also able to go into Google and download some fonts. None of Photoshop's are what you want. Let's just pick something simple. You can also change the color of your text. So for this photo, I'm going to pick something a little bit darker. Nice thing here as well is you have a color dropping tool. If you want to exactly match, so let's say we want the exact red of her shirt, you can go and select that. It will match exactly in the photo. So as we're using some text, let's match to a backpack, nice dark. And all you have to do is select OK. You can play around with your different text options. Maybe you want it in the middle or far aligned. Maybe you want everything in caps. Maybe you don't. So there's a lot of different options. You can also space out your text. So if you want the letters closer together, you're going to select the minus numbers. If you want some more space between the letters, you can also select. Otherwise, you can custom input, say 76, and it will make it to what you want. You can select also the preset sizes. Otherwise, if none of those suit yours, you want them bigger, just drag out. And always remember to click the tick. Next, I'm going to show you how to use shapes in Photoshop. You can come and click here, right click if you want to select another shape. But for now, I'm going to use a rectangle. So you click on it and you can draw your shape. Now I'm going to select fill and I want to make it a nice blue color. Say okay. And you also have the option for a stroke. I don't want a stroke. What's nice is you can also round if we want more of a round shape. Now, as I said to you guys earlier, Photoshop works in layers. So as you can see, the rectangle layer is above my text layer. My text layer is currently not showing. However, that's not what I want. I want people to see my text. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on my text layer and place it above. Another important tool you may be using for Photoshop is the object selection tool. You can just click. Make sure if ever on Photoshop, if ever you get this little line through, it means you don't have a layer selected. So Photoshop actually doesn't know what you want to do. So click on your layer and let's say we want to select this lady. Just drag a box. Photoshop has recently updated their selection tool, so it's quite easy to select objects. Now we've selected the lake. Can you see these little spots? Photoshop has not selected those, but that's okay. Anytime you don't want something selected, you can just press Command D and it will undo your selection. Let's say we want to make the lake a little bit darker. Can select that, right click, layer via copy. I'm going to show you how to use the adjustment tools on this lake. So as I said, we want to make it darker. As you can see here, we have a selection of the lake, cutout, adjustments. Adjustments are quite important for when you want to change the colors of your photos. We have different adjustment levels. You can just hover over them. I'll show you what they are. A nice tool I like to use is levels. I'm going to make my window a bit bigger. There's no set guide on what to use, so you can just play around and see what looks better. As you can see, this effect has been applied to the whole of my photo. If you want to just apply to one layer, all you have to do is hold the Alt key or options on Mac and hover over your layer and click. Effect is just going to be applied to whatever you have selected. So feel free to play around. Vibrance and saturation is perfect for when you are using a person. It just enhances the dark colors, whereas if you use brightness and contrast, that will enhance all the colors in the photo. As you see, I have just selected on the lake, make it darker. All right, now that we are happy with our photo, I'm sure you're wondering how to actually save this photo. We're going to go to File. It's always a good idea to click Save before you do anything. File, Export. Now there are multiple export options, so it's depending on what you want to do. PNG is great as it is high quality. You can also export as other options. If you're specifically working with a website, this is the best one for you. But as we're just going to export to Instagram, I'm going to say export as, and here I'm going to choose JPEG. Now, what's quite cool is you can set your quality. So if we lower the quality, it will be less. You can also make it super high. This is quite useful if you are using platforms whereby there is a limitation. I'm just going to set it to high and we're going to say export. Now you just have to click where you want to export. So I'm just going to save it to my downloads and say save. Let's go to my downloads, and as as you can see, here is my photo. Thanks for watching, guys. As a bonus tip, I'm going to show you where to find copyright-free images. Go onto Google, go to unsplash.com. All images here are copyright-free. You can literally type in the search bar anything and it will bring up all the images that you can use. This is super helpful if you want to create beautiful posts. Very simple. Just click the download button. You can give a special shout out to the authors. Thanks for watching, guys. If this proved useful to you, please will you give it a like and subscribe for more videos to follow.